Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wrap It Up, the show where we look at every paint scheme coming up this weekend in the order that they finished on the last weekend. And with me, my co-host tonight, whenever you might see this, if you're with us live, I'm telling you what, best time of the week. Listen, we got 4 different places that we're streaming. So if you hear us responding to comments that you don't see, they're somewhere else. But, yeah, we're wrapping it up, baby. Matthew knows what's going on. Jordan, so much has happened.
I know.
The world has imploded upon itself.
I know, and the work release program is great.
Oh, I know. I've been working with the judges to get you out because we know you've had the best behavior, right? You've been a good boy in there.
So.
Yes. All right. Hang with us. We're coming right back. Here we go. And it is the show. Wrap it up. Look at these cars. Look at the man who won the 600.
The rain shortened 600.
I was there for the Coke 319 or whatever the crap I got to see.
Yeah, there was still.
It was something.
It was like 200 miles left or something.
Yeah, it was quite a bit left. I don't know that people were necessarily trying to win the race yet. It was a very slow race from the live perspective for me. I was sitting right when you go into pit road.
What?
The only action happened, a couple guys sliding out there or self-turns.
So
a lot of just driving in line.
I know they were over halfway, but Monday was a holiday. Would it have been worth coming back to race the rest of it?
Absolutely. I think no one would have had a problem with that, but they want to say that their big problem is the cars would be setting, and then there would be condensation and the moisture, and they weren't sure about the forecast for the next day. So they went ahead and called it. I guess it was better than waiting.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin thought they were going back racing, according to his podcast.
Well, I kind of did too. Honestly, when it started raining, the guys I was with, my buddy Nick and 2 other guys he knows, we kind of just decided it's not going to happen. They're not going to do it as soon as it started raining. It was like, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock at that point, 9:30. We made our way all the way from turn 4 all the way around, and buddy boy, there were a lot of people. There were a lot of people waiting. Okay, everybody did not abandon. I just had to feel it in the air, but man, a lot of people waited it out from my view. And here is the man in the 6, who probably could have pulled this off 10 more laps, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he said. That's what I said. We all said it.
I mean, he's been running well for a long time. Going back to last season.
Right.
And then broke. Whoa, how many? Over
110 or something?
At Darlington. So
tell us in the comments. We're dumb. He's got this plumbing on here in this week, and it doesn't show it well. It kind of looks gold in our picture, but there's like an orange shine to that I saw, and I'm digging that. Oh, look. The 24 in the Valvoline for the first time. Oh.
I like this.
It looks like it was designed by some overpaid artist in 1984.
That's true. But it looks cool. It reminds.
It does.
It feels like it belongs at Darlington.
It does. I'll give you all that. But this weekend, we're going to see him driving around in this thing. I think they meant it to look more futuristic, even though it looks more retro past to me. You know, the 2 eyelashes it has here, the red and blue, that's really messing with me that they're different colors. Like that, it seems odd. I mean, I know it's to play off of the V. You just don't see them do stuff like that very often.
No.
This is probably part of the reason people at the start of the year were talking crap about the 24 and saying, well, they're doing all these color things to try to mess with the laser system. But I think the laser system likes lasers.
What video game did they steal this from? This is awful.
Listen, here's what I could understand.
Okay, I thought 2311, especially the 45 car, was known for some of the best schemes.
He is.
But what is
when this was on the 54, it was almost exactly the same. So it's a XM's choice, right? Why they want a giant spatula on there, though, I don't know. That's what throws. And then you put a pancake on the hood, right? I thought, is it Sirius XM's got a cooking show, right? You just listen to people cook flapjacks. That's what I thought was going to be about.
It looks
with
like
the spatula and
looks like a solid white Texaco logo.
Yeah.
Like Texaco Havoline logo.
Right. You think they're just trying to get in on that retro field? They think maybe people will make a brain connection there, not even thinking in their normal mind, and just be like, yeah, Davey, and then like it. You think that will happen? No. Oh my gosh, the worst.
Yeah. Well.
Wow. That's big. That's big. I wouldn't go the worst again, especially if we're talking about flapjacks. Because to me, I mean, you only get 2 colors in the printer, and you want to talk about making flapjacks? I'm down. I was looking.
I was looking for the garbage button, but since I've been in prison, you got rid of it.
Well, there's a lot of things that got moved around. Here's garbage right here. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Purple. Why does?
For the whole Mavis Brakes team.
Yep.
To,
where'd you bring
Davis.
them? Yeah.
Davis
Oh,
Tires and Brakes.
that's right. You go there all the time, obviously, right? Ask them to fix your car, or don't. Purple. Why do they do this?
Well, we determined last season that FedEx just isn't putting up the money anymore.
Well, yeah. Look, Sport Clips gets to be the associate. They've obviously given enough free haircuts to Papaw and grandson that it's time to do what they can do.
What do you think your estimate there is on what FedEx is paying for just above the rear window?
Well, I don't know exactly what FedEx pays, but I can tell you a normal Cup car, what that little white section is right there where it says FedEx, that could cost you $10,000 on a truck. So in Cup Series, I can tell you that is going to be $100,000, I bet you.
I believe it.
Which is mind-blowing to me. I would think it would be less just for that one logo, but it might very well, maybe 50,000. I don't, 20,000. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know the model.
So let's say you ask for someone's email address.
Well, I mean, really, let's be honest. The FedEx didn't pay to be there. That's part of an overall package, right? When FedEx signs on, they get that place. They're telling them you're going to be on every car every week. Even our other sponsors.
Let's say you ask for someone's email address.
Yeah.
And it says at yahoo.com.
Right.
What's your first reaction?
The same as Matthews on YouTube. That's early 2000s. Is this 2002? Denny, you need to update that airspeed.
You might as well get AOL on your car.
Exactly. Get you a Zima. Hey, Monster Energy, look at this. Black, always, no color. It's almost racist.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Wow.
He thought he was going to win a race. I'll tell you that. He led this sucker for quite a while, like the half of the race of what we got to see pretty much, didn't he? Because he pulled out at the front and was gone.
Yeah. Was it pole, right?
Yeah.
He was on the pole.
It was either that or second. I couldn't remember because how the inside-outside deal was there, but he was up front. And then once he got out front, he stayed out front, and he was talking even before the race, I heard, that he really thought he had a car. And apparently he did. But wound up 6th place, 2 stage points, which doesn't sound good. How did he wind up 8th? I was thinking he was near the front of the stage. That's not right. Stage 1, yeah. Duh.
Well, there was going to be 4. There was going to be 4 stages.
Exactly. So half the points that were available just got thrown out in the trash.
Yep.
Oh. Hey, back with the white again. Why does he do it?
Rain-X.
The first race of the year, remember, at the Clash, they said it's going to be white just for the Clash. It's special. And now the Napa car has been white like 6 times.
Yeah.
This week, Rain-X. He doesn't want any rain on there.
No.
Don't.
No respect. No honor.
Not a bit. Don't put it on.
We have no rain tires this week, right, at this track?
Not that I know of.
What's the distance? What's the distance
It's
on
a
this
300.
track? No, I mean
The track?
around one lap.
Hold on. Man, I can't remember. It's not a mile and a half, or it's over a mile. It's a mile and a fraction. I used all my brain power to look at the one car here and just took my breath away. I know it's the normal standard, hey, get your hibachi grill out, Bush light scheme that he runs normally, but it's still hot.
It looks kind of cool.
You know, what it is most of the cars we've seen this week are just subpar.
Yeah,
and when you come across something that's decent, you're like, well, my goodness.
Well, this
look
is
at
this.
this.
This is the Anheuser-Busch company, right? St. Louis is their home.
Missouri, yes.
So
that's it, right? They're going home.
Yeah, it's their home.
This is the big time. They want the main scheme. I thought maybe they'd put an arch on there or something, or hey, how about they get him to throw a watermelon off the arch?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Is it still coming late summer?
Is he coming?
Like
the push?
Watermelon flavor.
Oh, it's got to. How can it not?
I know, right?
If the watermelon flavor doesn't show up, I'm going to be convinced I'm in a alternate timeline.
But I feel like by September it's going to be out of season.
Well, I don't really know the mass watermelon season, or I would have been more on it. Honestly, I haven't done a lot of research into watermelon growing.
Well,
my only experience of growing watermelons is I ate some watermelon, and I spit all the seeds in my backyard as a child, and I grew some large watermelons. And people were delighted at the tale of a hillbilly child who had spit seeds and reproduced food.
Well, we need to figure out what the growing season is. Does anyone out there know? What is the watermelon growing season?
Right. Yeah. Hey, you're right. Get that eagle. Absolutely. Let's move on. Hey, listen. You're hating the man, right? He can't do anything right, you're saying. He's the odd man out, right?
Yeah.
No.
How long is he under contract for? Probably through next year?
He's got more contracts. But listen, he is tied with William Byron at this moment for most top 10s in the series this year.
Oh.
So he is running much more consistent.
Yes.
Now, this is one of those top 10s. He's in 9th. So he's not out of the woods. Where's he at on points over there, Jordan? You got the point sheet. Why don't you look at it with your eyes and tell me what it says?
Currently in points.
Why you do that? I'm going to take down the car so people can see this free stuff they can get right. Nope, wrong. That's
all right.
Nope, wait, you left the button on.
8th in points.
I don't know what's going on, man.
Not bad.
No, I hit this wrong button again.
all four Hendrick cars are top 8 in points.
Well,
one team, one dream.
Of course. I mean, that's the thing, right? They're probably mad they're not in top 5.
Well, I think the 48 is getting a win this year.
I said that from the beginning.
And obviously he's going to be in playoffs.
Well, he's in top 10s, so I mean, sooner or later it's just going to fall their way. I mean, obviously.
It is. I think there's going to.
You can fall your way too if you just want to tell us in the comments on whatever platform you're on of the 4. We're on 4 platforms simultaneously. Jordan, did you know this?
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X.
And X. Did you know there was streaming on X? It used to be called Twitter, they said.
Yep.
It'd have a bird chirp. Right?
Yep.
You remember that back in the Stone Age? Now we've moved up.
Yeah, you used to tweet.
You used to tweet, and now you exude something.
No, you just post.
Okay. Well, that's kind of thievery of the just general term, isn't it?
It is.
Huh. You can't Band-Aid something after it's been Band-Aided.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You can't unbrand. You can't mainstay a word. You can't steal that from everybody else.
I got you.
Okay. You're not impressed by it. All right, I get it.
No.
That's fine. It takes a lot to impress you. Win these hats. That's what we were trying to get at.
Listen, when you
all you got to do is put in the comments who's going to win.
When you've seen the things I've seen and been to the places I've been,
oh, I know.
It does take a lot to impress me.
Hey, while we're talking about winning things, Jordan, show them what they can win right over there. All we have to do is hit 750 subscribers on YouTube, and one of you YouTubers at random will win this autographed William Byron diecast and the autographed Mario Lopez taco.
Mario Lopez.
Suarez. Yes, I just watched a Conan O'Brien thing before this where he was talking about Mario.
It's pretty cool.
Lopez. It is pretty cool. And all you have to do is be subscribed to us. Like your mom can subscribe, and if she wins, she'll probably give it to you, right? I mean, anybody can subscribe. Your cats, your dogs, any account you've got can subscribe. You've broken it. You always breaking it.
I didn't. Does it only break when I show up?
It hates you. It's afraid of you. There's a restraining order. That's why you're in prison.
Man, the moment we have been waiting for.
Here it is.
Listen,
Let's
someone
talk it
tweeted.
out, baby.
Someone tweeted today. I'm sorry, they didn't tweet. They posted.
Oh.
They posted that the largest shift in the Cup Series landscape, maybe ever.
No.
Okay.
As someone who, now I'm going humble brag right here, okay, has read every NASCAR book, seen every race that's available to be seen to the public, reviewed almost every single interview I could get my hands on, every clip of everything about NASCAR.
Okay.
We are nowhere near NASCAR falling apart.
Well, no.
We're nowhere near its biggest shift, trust me.
Landscape shifting.
No. Tony Stewart is Tony Stewart.
What's a big landscape shift? Is it introducing the next gen car?
I'm going back in the day when the man who owned the Mercury boat engine company, the Mercury Boats, came in. He was the original Big Rick, right? He just was loaded just constantly, right?
Yeah.
And just dominating people. They were like, you can't even come to the race. Like, he was bad. And then he just, one day, he pulled this same thing. Nope, I'm gone. And he's out.
Okay.
It's happened before. It will happen again.
Okay, so Stuart Haas was 2009.
Yes.
Well, Haas was in it before that, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was number 60, and he had a couple other things. The best driver he probably ever had in the car was maybe like a Johnny Benson or somebody. And I'm not even sure Johnny Benson was in it.
Okay, so Stuart Haas
Johnny Salter
Racing
did drive for him.
This is unusual, though. I mean, I think we saw this coming maybe starting 2 years ago when there was rumors that would they go back to 3 cars? Would they go to 2 cars? Yeah. But you're a 4-car, 2 massive building team just says,
"Oh, I'm with you, though.
We're done."
It's big. It's big.
So is Tony Stewart just lost interest in it?
Tony Stewart got married to a drag racer, and he went and he's drag racing. He's just doing a different thing. This is a lot like the old guys. I mean, there's a lot of old guys that used to have teams, and then they'd go do something else.
I was excited. You know? What was there, 2, maybe 3 seasons of the SRX series?
Yeah, and then
I went to an SRX race last year. It was amazing.
Dude, you going to Darlington to see Wrap It Up?
That's not supposed to be what I hit.
But so that series folded.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was just.
Well, I think again,
it takes a lot of money.
It takes a lot of money, and I think maybe his focus is just on this woman, and they're trying to have a baby, and he's going to be able to drive, push button cars fast.
So it's just like, I'm done.
I think so, and maybe I don't know. Like today, I heard some rumblings that maybe just him and Gene Haas just don't see eye to eye on things.
So does Haas say stay in Cup for anything?
I don't know. If he does, I bet it's to do with Front Row. And we know Front Row has officially announced themselves that they are acquiring one of the charters.
And they announced 3 charters officially. They already have 2.
Right.
So we know McDowell is gone.
Right.
So they still have 2 drivers to announce.
And
easily one of them is from this stable. Easily.
I think both of them are.
You think both of them?
I almost know one of them is.
Well,
Barry and his whole crew is going to pull a Furniture Row to Joe Gibbs. The 4 team right here is going to pack up and move to Front Row.
Rodney Childers?
Yes. I'm telling you right now. That's what's happening.
So
I might be overstepping the line of what I'm supposed to say, but that's what I'm telling you is happening.
The other rumor I heard, whatever, was that it was going to be
was it
Cole Custer?
Yeah, there was
but which is interesting because he has relation to Haas.
Right.
Related.
Well, his dad is the guy who actually runs Stewart Haas Racing, while Gene Haas and Tony Stewart are away doing whatever they do with F1 and drag racing. The guy who runs actually Stewart Haas is Cole Custer's dad.
Yeah.
So he's been talking to them obviously about the charter sale. There is rumors maybe Cole Custer goes there. Look at him. He'd fit right in that car. Look at him. Big ice cream man. Get him right in there. Ice cold custard, boys. But I don't know. I don't think so. I think Noah Gragson. That's my gut feeling.
To front row.
I think so.
No shot.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Why?
Nope.
Tell me why.
Because
Tell me why.
I just don't see it.
Okay.
I just don't see it.
And you think Cole Custer's got a better shot?
Well, we got more cars to go through. We got more to talk about.
You think Cole Custer got a better shot than Noah Gragson to get in the front row car? Get in a front row car. This is front row motorsports, and we're talking like people like, you think they can land that good a car?
No, I think Cole Custer's more in line for front row.
Wow.
But
it's all right to be wrong.
But there's still, we haven't talked about where are the other charters going. There's 4 charters, right?
I don't know.
Trackhouse's name's been brought up a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that has to happen.
And then facility-wise, you think? I mean, these are
I think
you've been there? I mean, these are great facilities.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You think front row moves in? You think Trackhouse moves in?
I got no idea. Maybe front row. Front row's now becoming them and Penske are Ford's main teams.
Well, I thought.
What about this? What front row absorbs and just goes ahead and buys the whole Xfinity program and has both shops? Front row just buys those 2 teams, and that's how Cole Custer's driving for them.
Let's just say a year ago, I would have said front row shutting the doors before Stewart Haas.
Yeah, you would have thought, right? And then all of a sudden, front row pulls out a truck championship, and then they're like, "Holy crap, we're amazing!" And here they go. RFK, listen, I don't know. I don't think Big Brad wants to pay the money, and I think these charters are probably selling about $20 million. I don't think they're going for 40. I don't think anybody's paying that. I think the market automatically, when you throw 1/10 of available whatever into the market's going to shift. I think they're worth about 20 probably. And also, you got to think there's no new charter deal renewed. There's probably going to be one, but right now they don't even know. It might be even less than that they're getting them for.
Yeah, or I saw a thing that said, could teams only have 3, be limited to 3?
I don't think that can happen.
I don't either.
I just don't see it. When we've had Bubba Wallace on the screen for 12 hours and I ain't even mentioned it.
Get yourself some fries. Here's McDonald's.
French fry man, go. Hey, look, guess who's got money? You know who it is.
Is this guy retiring this year?
Dylan.
The stuff we're talking about feels like October. It's only May.
I know.
We're only halfway through the regular season.
Got so silly.
Real early. And it got real silly when JTG re-signs Stenhouse.
Yeah, that would be weird, wouldn't it? I don't know. It all depends. A lot of things depend on this guy, but maybe one more year? I don't know. I don't think they have anybody they planned on him taking his place next year. I mean, Chandler Smith or somebody might be able to, but I don't think that was actually their plan.
I mean, that's a good thought right there.
Coming up.
I really do. These 4 charters, I could easily 4 different teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Trackhouse 2311.
Right. I thought front row was the prime one to get 2, and now that they've announced they got 1, I think it is 1 per team.
I mean,
absolutely.
You think Ford is like, hey, let's look for some Ford teams first?
I think Ford don't have much say in it. I think Tony's just cashing the money, him and Gene, and taking the ways. I'm not sure Gene's going. Again, Gene might wind up. I think front row is the big contender with this new Ford deal. So Gene might wind up partial ownership over there and just take a charter. Maybe no, they would have made an announcement.
So
anyway,
you know,
you ever another car?
You ever worked with somebody and they know
I've never worked with anyone.
You ever work with somebody and they know they're leaving?
Yeah,
like they know what's next.
I'm with you.
And Stewart Haas put out another statement today, I guess, saying that they are committed until the checkered flag flies at Phoenix.
Yeah.
No wins last year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Okay, just looking for your agreement.
People are going to jump in the boat today or making calls, and come tomorrow, job stability. They got to go because the job might not be at the end of the season.
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing they can do about it, right? Speaking of which, job stability. This man won't even show up for a race.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
what
controversial.
The crap is up with
he's got to get the waiver.
He's got to get the waiver. Here's something. Now, on this show...
Made it to the track about the rain delay and him getting to the track. Could you time that perfectly?
His arrival got more cheers than probably anything of the weekend, honestly. They're like, Kyle Larson's playing, and everybody's like, they're like, Kyle Larson on the ground, literally over the PA, like the cameras watching him.
Literally believe that this guy could have gotten in the car and put it at the front.
I believe maybe also that could have happened. But he didn't get there fast enough because he wanted to go up there. I get it. And he ran well. They announced over the PA at one point when he was in the lead. Everybody was like, yes, kick their butts.
Yeah, major rainstorm in Indy. They got the race started about 4 or 5 o'clock.
4 or 5, yeah.
And
we were staying
he thought he was going to make it back for 11 o'clock p.m. restart.
Sure. Well, I guess he thought he was going to get some laps.
But
Allgaier did really well. Allgaier was pretty much running in the back the whole race because I was watching, but he wound up 13th. You got to give him credit for that.
But I think between his Indy car and this car, I think in that same day for his plan to do that, so much R&D was put into both those cars to give him a shot.
Absolutely.
I mean, he had a shot.
Well, what about next year?
With the speeding penalty.
When they announced it, they said multi-year. So next year, when it happens again.
So they announced the Hendrick 1100 as multi-year deal?
When they signed, they said Hendrick multi-year deal with in the IndyCar or whatever, the McLaren or whatever.
Yeah.
It's going. I don't know that it's going to be next year, but it's supposedly going to happen again. This was just get the feel for it. Then
wow.
Next time you can win. Do it to it, baby.
That's a tough race to win.
Heck yeah. Oh my God. Joey, just about out of juice. Why can Penske not get their Fords going?
Well, he got the All-Star win.
Yeah.
But he also said that
he
had
dominated it.
Yeah, but he also said, I don't know, we turned 800 laps on testing tires there.
Right.
Like, if you don't win after turning 800 laps.
When you got all the practice and no one else has any, it's kind of hard not to win. You're right. You're absolutely right.
So that's what he needs is 800 laps at the next track.
Yeah, I can see that.
To win.
Okay. That's a good strategy.
By the way,
nothing
to say about this last paint scheme.
This?
No, the last one.
This one?
All right, now go to the next one.
Taco?
Okay.
Back, okay.
Yo, so what's going on here?
This is Rebel Bourbon. It's ran once this year at least, maybe twice. A lot of people starting to wear the gear. He's got a bourbon sponsor. They I guess they're selling it. I don't know. I see a lot of people with the shirts on. I don't know that I've ever heard of it before this sponsorship, though.
Yeah.
But I guess this got them the stuff they wanted. You know, advertising.
Well,
woohoo!
Speaking of, I saw in one thing RCR was thrown out as maybe acquiring a charter.
Exactly.
I don't think that's happening.
If the money's right, it will, I think. I think they want Austin Hill, and I think Mr. Love down there is exceeding their expectations. I think RCR, and he's the kind of guy when he feels like he's got talent, like he did with Reddick or somebody, he's like, hurry, put him in here, hurry, while we can keep the doors open. You know what I'm saying?
Well, their 3-car is currently 31st in points.
Yes, exactly why they need someone who knows how to drive to be in a car. Because Papaw's boy ain't going to get it done, baby. Speaking of bad things, here's a car with cancer on it.
Wow, that is not good.
Got a perfect segue from the old boy.
Dillon, you son of a...
Is Austin Dillon the cancer of RCR? Gosh, I feel bad. If we weren't live, that would get cut. Okay. Anyway.
Wow.
All right. This is not a great-looking car.
No, but
I don't know why you need to advertise this.
Michael McDowell will not be in this car. He's been in this car how many years now? A long time.
Quite a while. Since the 95. Not year, but the 95 car.
Yeah, I mean, he might be up there with one of the longest tenured drivers right now in a single car.
Ooh, up there.
I mean, you think of like
right.
Denny Hamlin's up there.
Denny Ham, yeah.
Who else? It's been in one ride the longest as of this year.
Man, Todd Gilliland. Without a doubt. He had to get out of his own car last year for other people.
Well, and he's having a great year.
He's got the Rude Bush. Todd Gilliland has stumbled into being on
setting almost
what
10.
Will possibly be the top Ford team in the sport.
Yeah, but
next year, front row
and he's having a great year. I mean, listen, he's he's obviously below the cut line, but he sets almost 10 spots above Austin Dillon.
It's kind of
in the
he's way
standings.
better than Austin Dillon. No doubt about it.
So
No, there ain't no doubt about it. Hey, here's somebody who's as bad as Austin Dillon. What about that? Poppy Bank. Were you here last time Poppy Bank ran?
no, you almost had me going. This looks like a Home Depot car.
It kind of does. Orange,
The old
amazing.
one of the old Tony Stewart.
right? Well, it must have been Justin last time he ran this. We were talking about Poppy Bank. Were they financed by old heroin trade? That's a good thing to get into on a paint scheme show about NASCAR.
It's like fifth thirds bank or
Right.
whatever it's
They
called.
keep more of your money than you put in. Fifth
Yeah.
thirds.
So how's this guy running this year? Daniel Hemrick. I'm not so confident that Colleague stays in the Cup business, but who knows?
Who knows? What if they buy a third charter so they can have 3 terrible
I
cars?
mean,
What about this old man? Jimmy could
You're the
possibly
boss, Jimmy. I'm the boss.
put in a third charter.
yeah.
Toyota bringing in another one. Everybody thinks the magic number's 3 all of a sudden for how many cars you should have, which seems strange.
Okay.
So, and if Jimmy does,
Ford drivers,
Corey
Ford
Haim,
maybe.
Denny's little brother, Corey Haim.
But
I think definitely they want Corey Haim in a car next year. It's either the 19 or Jimmy gets a charter. It's one of the two, I think, honestly.
or
I'm that confident that they want him there.
listen, we talked about Ford charters, Ford drivers, third
well,
front row car.
We can while we're looking at a Toyota.
Is let's say what would
Why
they
don't
run?
you wait 1 second?
34, 36,
Let's look at
38.
this. Boom, there's your Ford. Now what?
Speaking of Ford, this seat might be open next year.
No, his daddy runs the place.
Yeah, but this could be another classic. Hey, go back to Xfinity where you win.
Well, could be. You know what? It might do him good to cold custer him. He is a cold custer. Ford's full
I
of these
mean,
boys.
he just is not performing.
There's Cole. Could we put Cole in this? Cold custard. There he is. I just love that graphic because it actually kind of looks like him. It's weird. Oh, you're right. That dollar store money, man. They're closing down all the dollar stores to give Jimmy more money. It's ridiculous. They're closing down all the Freightliners to give Austin Cindric somebody to drive past because he can't beat anybody. 20th place. That's pretty good for Austin. I mean, you don't want to hear that, but it's a good run for the 2-car.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know.
Hey, Ziegler. No, wrong button again. Man, the buttons. Everything's on wiggity waggity.
Carson
Swing the pallet with the
Hocevar.
money right
Was this the paint scheme that is this the attorney that was on Kyle's car?
Well, no. The attorney did have a yellow hood also. But this Ziegler was on the 78 last year when Bickle would drive.
Or McLeod maybe.
McLeod ran it once, I think. But it was mainly Josh Bickle's sponsor, and he lost it to Hocevar. And then the 15, is accused of stealing a sponsor.
Has Gainbridge
as
been
well.
on the cars this year?
Yes, a lot. Oh, yes. Hey, big idea here. Now, hear me out. Listen, I got a big conspiracy theory for you here, folks. Indy 500. I don't normally watch IndyCar. Did you watch any of this at all, the Indy cars?
Yeah, I watched it.
It was good.
I watched more of that probably than the Coke 600.
Well, you probably did, so there was more laps. But it was actually
Miles.
pretty,
You
it
mean
was
miles?
pretty good.
You mean miles? That's what you mean.
Sure. It still
Yeah.
happened more, right?
So.
Anyway, so my point is that
Did you see they're reconfiguring the Roval? The
Yeah.
Roval's getting reconfigured.
it's like straightaways now.
I know it's like two turns.
Take all the turns out. All right.
Sorry.
So listen, I had a point to this. You've made me forget what I was even
Hey,
talking
you did
about.
that to me earlier.
I know, but it's
I was
funnier when
asking
I
you
do
about,
it to you.
I was
than when
asking
do
you
it to
about
me.
Yahoo emails.
Anyway, so Carson Hocevar had something to do with what I was going to say. Nope, it still left me. No, I know. Okay. I got it. Okay, during that, Andretti over there in IndyCar
Yeah.
runs Hondas.
Yeah.
Their cars had Gamebridge wrote all over them for the Indy 500. Gamebridge, Spire, Andretti's wanting to come into NASCAR, Honda talking about coming into NASCAR, pre-existing relationship with Andretti, Gamebridge
Yeah.
is Spire, the Honda team.
Yeah, I do. I think that's very, very likely. I don't think Honda comes in next year.
I do. Yeah,
I
no,
think it's
no. Yeah, it's down
2026.
At the earliest.
Okay.
It may be even later. It takes too much time.
Yes.
We would know they were coming. It would slipped out by now.
Yes.
If it was going to be
But-
2 years, I think even. Maybe 3.
But people could Andretti hop in with some of the charters this year
Maybe. They've already got
and
3
just
over
switch
there, though.
over.
They've already got 3. And remember, 3's the magic number for some reason. I don't know why. Unless they decide to go 4. Who knows?
I mean, they might hop in.
Oh,
with
my
one
gosh,
car.
look at this.
This is actually kind of cool.
J.J. Yaley got a good scheme. What is...
JJ Yaley's in the car.
Yeah, he coming back, man. He drove the 44, at the 600.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think last place.
Greg Biffle's like, "Where's my
He did. He
money?"
got 40th, right? So he didn't get paid there, so he's back in the 51. Why is he back? He's not in the 51. Why did I say that? I don't know. That's
J.J.
Justin
Yaley.
Haley. Justin Haley, not J.J. Yaley.
Oh my gosh!
You confused me.
It looks like
You said
Yaley.
it. I'm blaming it on
It
you.
looks like Yaley
It does
on
look
the
like Yaley, doesn't
on
it?
this from his
That's
angle.
why I said it, honestly.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. I looked at it
Yeah.
and said Yaley also.
Could listen? 'Cause Rick Ware has put 3 cars out there before, right?
Before.
Could he?
But that's been a couple of years.
Could
Could
he
he?
get a chart?
Maybe. I don't know. No. There's no way. Because then Brad would have to build it, right? And Brad's not even getting a charter for himself. There's no way he's going to let Rick have 3.
Yeah.
So, also, I found this odd. They made their picture much better this week. But look at the front. The Mustang's not there.
The dark horse.
Yeah, like the Ford branding type stuff is not as... Is there something going on here? Did they just leave it off the picture, you think? Or
Is Ford leaving the sport?
no? I just think Rick Ware got something weird going on. Maybe they're...
Yeah.
Maybe Ford's like, we're not... y'all aren't allowed to be in the car anymore.
think
You
it's
suck too bad.
I don't know.
And they switching. They're going to move to Front Row Motorsports with everybody else. Listen, you know what? This is going to be the craziest thing you ever seen right here. Watch this. Wrap of the week. Rick
Wow.
Ware Racing.
What is the
Rip
sponsor?
Ware.
Moto 8?
Moto
Or-
Rip.
Moto
I think.
Rip.
And it's cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, they
Gold wheels.
They went
really
with the
pulled it
gold
over
wheels this year.
on a Rick Ware car.
It kind of reminds me of
Dude, you going to Darlington?
I didn't mean
see
to.
Wrap It
This
Up?
button.
Need
man.
for Speed Underground 2002.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds
absolutely.
me
It's got the slashes,
And yeah, that's what it reminds
but it's
me
got
of.
gold wheels. This is a hot car.
Yeah,
I'm
somebody's gonna second your wrap of
Hey,
the
there
week.
you go. We got smart people watching. They know what's going on. Oh, I do like this though. First
Yeah,
time of
this-
this year. He ran it once last year.
This
at the
just
very
looks
end.
like a billboard going down the interstate.
It is. That's exactly what it is. But it's America. Red, white, blue, baby. Travel. Drive across this country. Reflective. Look at them. Absolutely. I think there's a special shirt, actually, I saw being made just of this, looking like a billboard. And then on the other side, it has, like, Brad Keselowski's holler pulling into the travel center. Was that a shirt you would be into?
No,
Why? Do you not love these things?
no. You know what I do love?
This?
Free stuff.
Free stuff. Like this?
Yes.
Oh, tell them how you would get free stuff.
Yes, you can comment on any of our platforms. Who's going
What are
to
they?
win the race? X,
Who is going to win?
Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
You name a social, and
We're
we're
on
there.
there.
We're there.
We don't stream
Doesn't
to
mean
Instagram.
doesn't
but
mean
on
we're
there.
very social.
We try to be, but
But-
we're poor and old, and we've spent way too much money on this podcast.
Or just call us.
Call us.
Leave
Oh
a message.
my gosh. Get
Just-
on the phone
just
right
leave
now,
Leave a
guys.
message.
423-797-MEAT. Call the meat line. We need your select cut of the week. Give us your best cuts of what you got. Call it. It goes directly
Yes.
to voicemail.
Yes.
Just say what you got to
Hey.
say. Maybe you make the show one day.
Hey,
Billy Bob, what was his name? Bob John. There was a guy calling us from Saltville, Virginia, like 3 weeks in a row.
Jim Bob.
Was it Jim Bob?
No.
No, dang. He was nice, though.
Quit calling in.
I know.
Quit calling in.
I think maybe someone killed him.
Oh.
Call us if you didn't die. We want to check on you. Hadn't heard from you in weeks. Come on back, son. We talk to you later. All right, let's get back to the car. Wait, let's not get back to cars.
Daniel Rapido Suarez.
Listen, this car reminds me of one thing. Choice privileges. You know what that means?
It's a hotel.
No. Choice privileges. This is like Nazis. You know, like you get privileges that other people don't. This is like China, where you get social credits for doing good things, and you're allowed to like go to concerts because you picked up trash and they saw you on camera. Stuff like that.
You know,
this is terrible.
It is a chain of hotels, but it's not very obvious.
You're right. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. It could mean anything, but it's a rewards program for hotels, and I don't know how they expect you to know that. But I've got a better idea for you.
Econo Lodge is one of their hotels.
I won't say at Econo Lodge.
When's the last time you stayed at an Econo Lodge?
As a matter of fact, Justin booked us into an Econo Lodge several years ago.
And then you got the van.
I think we were going to Darlington, and Justin booked us into an Econo Lodge. Listen, I'm just going to give you this. This is worth your time. Okay? We get out of the race. No, it was a Kentucky race. It was the last Kentucky race we went. Maybe the last Kentucky race, period.
No, you don't have to predict Suarez. You just have to predict the right winner. Sorry, I was responding to our viewers.
Well, if you did, could something good happen?
Yeah, we'll give you everything we have free.
I wouldn't know. No. Strike that from the record. No. Strike that from Ty Dillon's car. Listen, you got to hear this story. Justin booked us into this Econo Lodge. We got there, 2 rooms. There is no one at the desk. There is literally a fire in the trash can in the lobby. I am not joking you. A woman comes out of the back and sees us and says, "Can I help you?" And we point over there, and she's like, "Oh," and she hollers, and a guy goes and gets a fire extinguisher. They're putting out the fire or something, right? Absolutely insane. They give Justin and then his wife their room, and me and my wife our keys to our room. We go to the room. The door will not open. Beat on the door. I'm trying to get the thing open. It won't work. Go back downstairs. The lady at the desk, "Oh, there's something wrong with the keys. I'll let you in." She takes us up, opens the door, turns the light on. People are in the bed asleep, and they start screaming. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah." We get back out of there. She takes us somewhere else. She gives us more keys and takes us to a room. We get in the room, and it is the most filthiest room I have ever seen in my life. It is literally everything in the room is damp for some odd reason that I do not understand.
Humidity control.
We pull away the sheet. There is just small little blood stains all over the place. Oh, look, my wife has chimed in live.
Wow.
She's apparently watching the show.
It was not Econo Lodge.
Oh,
it was
sorry.
a Motel 6.
I'm slandering
Calling
Econo Lodge.
you out.
Okay, it was a Motel 6. Anyway.
Oh, by the way,
like,
Josh, we're talking about things on the desk. Yes, if Daniel Suarez wins this weekend, the tacos, the 2 hats.
No.
Taco Bell.
No, none of that.
This cup.
If he wins this weekend, you only... No. No, it doesn't matter. If you pick that he wins this weekend, you can win these 2 hats. One for ladies, Chase Elliott, and men's. That's for 750 subscribers on the YouTube.
Oh, yeah, you did say that in the beginning.
Anyway.
Sorry, go back and watch the beginning.
The hotel was, we wound up going and trying to sleep in the car, and then I don't remember what happened. I think me and my wife just went to another, there was blood on, like, sheets. There was ants. There was cockroaches. We got another room. It was
I had a similar experience. It was a Best Western.
Really?
I booked it.
Ooh.
Guess what?
It was not best.
It was the best rate on Hotels.com.
Of course it is. There's a reason it's cheap, just like Overstock.com.
My roommate, he claims, I don't believe it.
Okay, so now you're going to tell a story. Okay.
Gets up. No, this is a very similar experience.
Yeah.
Everything is just out of place in this place.
Yeah, dirty soap in the shower.
Gets up, middle of the night, uses the bathroom. He says, as soon as he turns the light on, multiple cockroaches just go across the floor. I didn't believe it, but he said it happened.
I believe it. Absolutely.
Yes. What happens in these places?
I don't know. I've got more stories. I don't even want to go into it.
Oh, man, I'm so glad we're on a Stewart Haas car. Did you hear about them?
I heard something was going down.
This is Chase Briscoe, by the way,
yeah.
And I think Chase Briscoe is the absolute driver going to the 21 car.
You're probably right, because Ford wants to keep him in the camp and make sure he's taken care of, and they can do that in the 21
he is talented.
all day long.
Take a look at this.
Motherload of talent.
Motherload.
All the talent.
So, does Harrison
Yes.
Burton's in that car, right?
He's gone.
Yes.
Dead to me.
He's gone.
He's dead.
Nobody ain't no but garbage.
He's trash.
Does,
Get out.
Does
Get out of
Jeb
my
ever?
face.
Does Jeb ever get an opportunity at the next level?
Jeb Burton?
Yeah.
No. Don't be silly. Jeb's
wait.
barely getting to drive in one of those Xfinity cars we don't even know the name of.
Wait, I didn't get to bring this up a minute ago.
Why? There's 12 things I forgot to bring up. Go ahead.
By the way, everybody knows when I show up, it's going to be a little bit longer edition.
That's all right. We know you
So,
only get out of prison so often that you have a lot to say.
Is Haley Deegan a candidate at Front Row Motorsports?
No. Okay.
But listen, I'm not done. So does Harrison Burton leave the series?
Yes.
Okay.
Where would he go?
Does Austin Cindric
Unless
leave
he
this?
goes to like Rick Ware.
Good point.
Take Kaz Grella's spot.
Good point.
Or
another team.
who else? I don't think there is anybody else.
Spire?
Nope.
71 car?
No, that's Michael McDowell.
Oh yeah, Hocevar and
Yeah.
LaJoy. Yeah.
That's it.
Good point. So but no, so I think Cindric's gone. I think
And Cindric ain't going. Cindric's back. I guarantee it.
you think Cindric's back
Who
in
they
the
gonna put in the
two
2 car? Who they got?
Well, that's the Ford.
Maybe one of
The free agents are stacking up.
if they could get Briscoe, I could see Briscoe going like, okay, we'll
To
put Briscoe in
two-car?
the 2 car.
I could see that.
For talent, like they would push Austin Cindric back to get Briscoe. I could say that. But
Yes.
I don't think Ford's just going to hand Briscoe over to Penske that way if they can put him in the 21 and they still have more control over him on that weird
and
little deal.
I think one name
He's basically
keeps
Penske.
popping up too because of sponsorship. Riley Herbst.
We got enough monster. Speaking of which, look at this. This week, we have 3 different Overstock.com cars.
Yeah, because
Everyone at Stewart Haas this week is Overstock, except the 10 car.
Well, when this is your sponsor and it's on 3 cars, I'm convinced no one uses the website. It's the writing's on the wall. That's why they're shutting the doors.
Gene or Tony know this guy that owns Overstock, or they own stock in it, and they're just like, when we don't have a sponsor, you get it for like $100,000, and he's like, okay, something stupid like that.
Well, here's what I would say.
There it is. Look, watch the number. Watch it shift.
The Overstock paint scheme is well stocked.
Well, they're even lining them up. Look how overstocked they are. We've got 3 of them in here. We can't get rid of them. We're overstocked with Stewart Haas cars. They all must go.
Hey, you see what the hood says?
Breaking prices all over the place.
You know, like, listen. You know,
Crazy good deals. Oh, it's crazy. Come on down.
I'll tell you this. Overstock.com is getting a crazy good deal on the sponsorship.
Oh, man.
You think they are?
We have
You think
seen...
they're getting 3 for the price of 1.
I have thought more about Overstock.com in the last, 10 weeks than I've ever thought about them in my entire life ever put together.
But
they have achieved their goal. I haven't went there once, though. But
listen, didn't Stewart Haas make a new logo this year?
They did. There was a point that Kevin himself made. He said they said forever for when he was there, and then this year was supposed to be redesigned and the new logo, and they had forward instead of forever, right? So it went forever. This year their logo was the 4 word, and then now he said it should be for sale. Pretty good. Pretty
okay,
good.
so this is one driver we haven't mentioned. What happens to this driver in the shuffle?
You know, somebody mentioned to me and it might have been my buddy Nick. I'll give whoever credit, I think. It might have been him. He would be great in the truck series. Like, he would just dominate. Somebody put him in a truck, he's gonna make Final Four.
Harvick could put him in one of his cars.
He could.
In his
But
late
will
model.
Maybe.
Well,
what about this?
Does JTG go back to 2 cars?
JTG
what if they
will just
bring
be
back
lucky to,
Ryan Preece?
I think JTG's... I don't know what JTG's doing, but I bet it's going to be different. What do you want to bet on that?
Yeah.
I think JTG looks way different next year.
Yeah, I think they
I
come
don't know
out.
what's going on. It's confusing, but
I think they
big.
come out with a Pontiac.
You really went just farther than I thought you'd go. You've been smoking them melons, ain't you?
So
look at you big
this
melons.
look, we
at
got
it matches.
hey, look at this.
Look how it matches.
But wait, we got breaking news.
Tripping out.
Breaking news.
Breaking.
Overstock now owns 3 out of the 4 SHR charters.
Well, get on there and get them. What's the price on Overstock.com right now?
I don't
for a
know, but
charter?
it's probably a crazy good deal.
Well, they'd say that, but they'd still want $40 million. I'm not going to pay that.
So, all right.
Junior needs to get on it. What do you think about this water car?
Yeah, well,
And they took it literal. They're like, no, we want it to look like. Well, they're like, well, water doesn't look anything. Well, make it green water.
Well, here's what I'm going with:
Put a duck's head back there.
drowning his career, drowning his team.
Oh, both. He's helping doom his own organization that he will inherit and one day run. He should be disappointed in himself.
So, which race was it that Ty got announced for in the money car?
That was this last week. He rode
Yeah,
the 50 and got 36th place.
36.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
on 27th right now. I want to comment here on this water car.
Didn't
Isn't
Austin
it-
win the Coke 600 one year?
One time. Yeah, he did one time. Some other people did too. I think, didn't Brian Vickers win it one time?
Jamie McMurray.
Jamie McMurray definitely won it. Did Brian? No, or Vickers? Maybe. No. Casey Mears. That's what I'm. Casey Mears definitely. That was his only win.
Okay.
600. Anyway, is it not ironic that Dow Chemical Company just has their logo over the most clear fresh water you've ever seen? And I mean, rivers are life. Yes. Why do you put the Dow Chemical on them? No. Oh boy, you used your idea of worst paint scheme in all of history up way too fast.
Kafka? Does that say Kafka?
It's very Kafka-esque.
Is that Mike Kafka, the former first-round pick of the Panthers?
No, definitely not.
Kafka Conveyors?
Yes, they build mining equipment like conveyor belts. So when you are at the very bottom of being oppressed by society and they are making you dig a hole into the earth, it's easier to get stuff out. I tell you what.
Did they have this company or another mining company on the car?
Speaking of mining, listen, folks, I'm wearing a shirt that says Appalachia, okay? I am mining. Don't question my coal mining abilities. I've never mined coal. I did pick up some coal out of the road once. Go ahead. What do you want to talk about the 16 for? No? Don't even know. Oh, are you tired? Is it past your bedtime?
It is.
Maybe this will wake you up. Look at this.
What does that say? Banana Mito?
Yeah, sure.
Banana Mito.
Banana Mito Group.
Banana Mito Automotive.
It's just like the Ziegler. It's a big car selling brand, which is a great idea because your boy
Hendrick
has shown everybody HendricksCars.com is the way of the future. It's skyrocketing. This thing right here, he's going to get him Badentito.
I'll say this.
Yeah, say it.
It's Hendrick and probably Denny Hamlin. And everyone else is just chasing him at this point in the Cup Series. Are there even races anymore?
Listen, I'm going to post a picture at some point. I talked to this guy.
Joe Gibbs.
I talked to this guy right here.
John Hunter?
I talked to John Hunter Nemechek at the Charlotte, and I'm going to post a pic of it. You can see in the photo, he's telling me a secret. And I'm telling you right now, he told me something mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to leave that for online. Y'all wait just to see that post, okay? That'll come out in a couple days. I'll post what his secret was and the photo of him telling me. And it will blow everybody's mind. So stay tuned to the Facebook and maybe the YouTubes. We can post it everywhere. Hey, speaking of terrible things.
Just hanging around.
Here he is.
Oikos yogurt.
You got to give it to him, though. He can throw a punch.
This is actually pretty dope.
It's not bad.
It's
I wouldn't know if I'd say dope, but it's not bad. It's interesting. I like. Wow.
It is my rap of the week.
I don't know if I'd went that far. But
well, listen.
Okay. All right.
I know you're a Kyle Busch fan. I get it.
You see me wearing this 7 hat?
I would be hurt too.
You see me wearing the 7 hat? It's my new Clint Boyer hat.
Once you ask Kyle Busch's jaw about that.
Do you like this Clint Boyer hat I got? Did you hear about that?
Clint
Boyer today. He's going to be in the 7 truck.
Yes.
This is
well.
This could be a Kyle
Busch.
But
this
hat.
one, this one just hits hard.
It does. It does.
This is a pretty dope paint scheme.
Listen, at the 600, I was wearing a Kyle shirt, and some college guy said to me, "Oh man, you a Kyle fan?" Right, and a bunch of his buddies are standing around while we're shopping for stuff, and he thinks he's gonna give me the old, "Hey, Grandpa, let me get you say something to you there, I'll jazz you up here." And he says, what do you think? Oh, man, you're a Kyle Busch fan? And I was like, yeah. And he says, what do you think Kyle's going to hit first this week, the wall or his face? And I said, I know, man, he sucks. It's RCR, right? And he's laughing. He's wearing a like all college guys with mustaches, he's wearing a Chase Elliott hat, which is fine. But I said to him, no, I'm not going to say.
No, I know. Why do you can't leave us here. You can't leave us here.
No, it was just something stupid, but it stunned him.
Well, off the air.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait.
Is, as far as modern art goes, it looks all right.
Well, due to the poor job that Fox.
Is it another Kafka-esque paint scheme?
No, it's Oikos Greek yogurt. Come on now.
Does the Greek yogurt have cockroaches in it?
No.
Can Ricky turn into a cockroach?
No, he's got a multi-year deal.
Well, then he's not.
He's not.
He's
not living with the peasants anymore.
Man,
so,
I don't think he has a sponsor. Go ahead. Tell us something. Let's go.
You lost my train of thought. Oh no! Okay, you were at the track.
Yeah, let's just.
Were they near each other on the track at any point?
Yeah, dead front to back, like always. Just like how it happens. They were right there together. Ricky didn't do anything, which he couldn't. He'd get Wow. All right.
That's crazy.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but
the walls are falling in on us.
No. Don't ask why, but there's a front of a Coke machine that has Kyle Petty and
Jeff Burton
on it.
And it just fell.
And they jumped at us.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why we even have that, or it's here, or anything. I don't even know how that came to be. I didn't buy that.
That's our cue to move this show along.
Oh, man, look at this. He's running this again. He ran it once before. I said it was ugly, and I'll say it again. This thing's ugly. It doesn't have to be, though. If it got out more into the sun. Yeah, I've tried to do this commercial 2 times already, and we literally went to it. I took the cars down, went to the commercial. We came back to cars. We just kept going. And I could not get to the commercial.
Wondered if they were still contributing.
I've said 2 or 3 different lead-ins to what I was going to say, something stupid about this car. Never finished my thoughts. So nobody could tell the difference. I'm always saying something stupid anyway. What's the difference? You don't want to be stupid. You want to call White Blaze Outdoors and book you one of their wonderful packages that I've been creating for them to drum them or more business. The first one, of course, was ponies and liquor. That's the package. You get to pet ponies, and you get to drink liquor, and
Metamorphosis is the other one.
And no, that's the new package today. Metamorphosis is today. There was another package. What was the other one? Oh, it doesn't matter. Metamorphosis is what you want to hear about.
Something about salamanders.
Oh, you can see the metamorphosis
of Charmander to Charizard.
Any way you want. You can
Charmeleon.
see real-life Pokemon out on the White Blaze Outdoors Adventure.
Pikachu will be out there.
Listen, I heard that there was a Pikachu sighting. I'm not guaranteeing if you go on this hike you will see Pikachu unless you eat like any mushrooms you find on stumps or something. Then you may find a Pikachu. But I hear there is a Pikachu. He is available for parties. Call White Blaze Outdoors to book him. Call White Blaze Outdoors now and say, I want to meet Pikachu. And they will book you a hike so Pikachu friendly that you will have the time of your life. Call now. We love them. Let's get back to the cars.
Just make sure that White Blazer doesn't show up near the Dow Chemicals River.
Right. Hey, look who's back for real. It's Rick Ware's illegitimate son. No, he's legitimate. Never mind. His name's Ricky, right? We got a little Rick Ware, Cody, the wife beater, girlfriend beater, sexual assault, went to jail.
And we gave him
found guilty. I'm not saying anything. I'm just stating what the law said. What I read, he was found guilty.
Is this the second race?
Guilty or pled no contest?
Second race of the year.
Yeah, to my memory, this is his second race of the year. But, man, does the picture look hot right here or what? It does. This is the best this car's ever looked. We've seen this car before, and it didn't look near this. I hope my pick of Justin Haley Rap of the Week is not a letdown in person.
Well.
They even had Cole Custer drive this. Remember when he drove this one last time he was in one of these? There he is. Look at him. Standing right in front of him. Victory Lane. Ice cold custard. There he is. Next, Chili's. I'm about to lose my voice. I laughed a little too hard
Well,
about the new package of Pikachus.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one was the 500, right? He ran
He
this.
did run 500, but it had QR codes on it. They took the QR codes off, and it ran. Did it run last week? I think it ran last week. I don't know. Here's the 10. What do you think? Where's he going to wind up?
Did
Front
y'all?
row? What?
There, Fox said last week that Walmart's never been a sponsor, but yet it was on the 15 car. But that just sounds
Yeah.
like something.
It's been on. It's also, I can tell you, in Bill Elliott's last race, he was sponsored in the number 50 by Walmart. That was the Firecracker 400 in 2012 or 14. I can't remember. I was there. That was Walmart. And then there's been several other Walmarts. I want to say the 47 was sponsored by Walmart at one point. A couple other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
They got to get with the game, baby.
I did not know when. When did Danica
Walmart.
Patrick get back in the series?
Oh, this is her second race. Man, I'm telling you, this girl could find a wall and just end it all for us. It would be great if Danica could just get out of the picture. One thing I did not have to see as I was going to 600 is Danica talking at the Indy 500. Did you get a good dose of that? How was that? Was that entertaining? Get to hear her talk? I saw she had a microphone.
No.
I'm very happy I did not have to take part.
I watched
in
it
such
on
thing.
mute.
See, there you go. Now you're thinking. Turn the volume off. There you go.
Well, I used to think Fox was better than NBC, but I think they're just both going to be terrible.
You know what? I thought about this last night. It actually hit me. You know, a lot of people are complaining that the races
Fox
are
is so bad right now.
Well, they were complaining that for a long time that the races were leaving and going to cable channels like FX. Now they're upset that they're going to streaming services. But of course, I get it. You got to pay for multiple services. But at this point, if they would just leave Fox and leave NBC and just be like on Amazon and crap, I think I could save money on like my television bills. Because I don't think I actually pay for TV for any reason other than to watch races.
Well.
Maybe football. There's no other reason to buy regular TV, is there? I don't know.
Well,
It's disgusting. Let me ask you this while we're on this. We're talking about Danica and this looking like her car, and we're still having the 10. Where do these numbers go, right? They have a great selection of numbers at SHR. People like low numbers. The 4, that's a big number.
I think the 4 sticks around.
Who takes on the 4 now? Somebody's going to grab it. That's too low a number for somebody not to run it.
I don't know. I don't know where it's going, what team it's going. I'm just more concerned what's going to happen with these Chargers. Where are they going? I mean, we know there's no doubt. I think front row has got to be 34, 36, 38. No question.
I think so. Unless they completely change their game and go 4, 14, 34. If they had they're never going to get the 24. They could make a whole thing there. But I think, they go 34, 36, 38. I think they stick with their numbers.
I think that's
so. I
the
think like 4, 10, and 41, 14, all that's up, man. Somebody's got to grab that.
Yeah. What's some of the history of the 14 number?
Well, A.J. Foyt drove it. That's why Tony picked it, because that was his hero, and so he wanted the same number. And every Stewart-Haas number is based on the 14. The 14 is the head car. The 4 and the 10 make 14. The 41 backwards is 14. I mean, it's all just about 14, you know.
Well,
Sterling Marlin once drove a 14 car.
really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was great.
Yeah.
Not a huge...
I don't know, though. I think that, it's quite possible that none of those numbers are in the series.
Maybe.
Because
but
I think
if people are going to buy these charters, though, it's hard for me to think people aren't going to take like 4, 10, 14. Those are such low numbers. And again, everybody wants the low-numbered cars. Don't ask me why. It's just normal, right? The higher you go up in the number line, the fewer there are. Like
99.
Right? There's how many other 90s? 91. That's all the 90s. There's 2.
Project 91.
Right? And it barely runs.
Used to be a 95 car.
It kind of did. Look at it. Look at this 12 car. He's running a new scheme this week. Oh, my goodness. Brand new Richmond water heater scheme. Looks something like other schemes, though, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Huh. Hey, that's it, baby dog. That's everybody. That's the whole kit and caboodle. Of course, you didn't see J.J. Yaley get 40th, right, because he's not coming back. B.J. McLeod beat Noah Gregson back there in the 66 car.
Who was JJ driving for?
He was driving for that NY Racing that Greg Biffle said he never got paid by.
This past weekend, that
Yeah,
car
he was there
entered
again. Yeah. Second race of the year for the 44 car. Do they buy a charter? Is the New York NY Racing? What about Money Team has now changed their name.
Amerivet?
Amerivet Racing. How much money does he have?
I don't know.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Michael Jordan money. But he's not going
Is
to buy a
Floyd
charter.
Mayweather still funding that
That's
team?
what I'm saying. He still owns it, as far as I know. He just changed the name for some reason. Like, how many millions of dollars does Floyd Mayweather have?
Who did McLeod drive for? Himself?
No, he drove for the 66, which is really owned by or run by Carl Long, I believe. But it's the end of the show. Who's going to win this week?
Oh man, my pick this week.
us the
Who
secret.
won this race last year?
Who won this race last year? I think it was the one car, if memory serves me correctly.
Ironically, that is my pick.
Oh,
Ross
I
Chastain
see.
repeats.
You see what he did there?
It is a home race for the sponsor.
Yeah. Just wrap it up one way or the other.
It's the one car, Ross Chastain getting the win, locking himself into the playoffs for 2024. Who you got?
Oh, man, my first instinct says pick Eric Almirola. But then I realized that my first instinct makes no sense since Eric Almirola is not in the series.
Oh, but
It's going to be a hang-up.
I'm glad you said that, though, because we've been talking about it all show. Does Eric Almirola get back in the Cup car
No.
with this shuffle of drivers and teams?
I think he got out because he wanted to.
Chargers.
I think he wanted to stay home. And he's like contending for wins and winning races over JGR and gets to hang out with his kids more.
He got
and
a
stuff.
win, didn't he?
I think, what was it, Martinsville? He wins Martinsville?
Maybe.
Xfinity car? Or is the one right in there?
So
Anyway, I'm gonna agree with Nick. Slick Willie B, baby. Big Rick coming in. Big Rick, not money. He got money.
or both, yeah.
Or both.
Hey, are you
Rick.
gonna catch the new Hendrick documentary coming out?
I am. I'm going to watch it. When is it?
FS1.
Yeah, when?
I don't know.
Oh, man, I'll set my VCR right now.
So
What about you? Did you ever watch the Netflix show? Somebody at the
yeah.
race was telling us about it. I still haven't watched it.
Oh yeah, Justin and I watched it.
Yeah, that's right. Both of you did. I was thinking one of you didn't.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
need to watch it.
Yeah, I got to get caught up. Somebody at the race was telling us that they thought it was going to suck the next season because,
Oh, they're doing another season?
yeah, and they say there's going to be more people and it's going to take away the focus. And it's going to be apparently they did this with F1 before, and the first season was great, and the second season was lackluster. This is just all hearsay in the line
Wow.
at the Coke 600. This is what people are talking about in the line, folks. This is the hot talk chatter.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen.
It is a
Don't
Denny
forget-
love. It is a Denny love fest.
A little bit. Don't forget to contact us in some fashion. Call the meat line, 423-797-6328. That spells meat. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, what you're going to like, who you saw at the grocery store on a date with Sammy Kershaw. If any of those things happen, call us immediately. Don't forget. Get the number down, 423-797-MEAT. No one's going to answer. Don't worry. It's safe. Go ahead. No one will harm you. I promise. It's safe. We love you. All right. Thank you, folks, for watching. We appreciate you putting up with our ignorance. We will see you guys next Wednesday. Holla back, baby. Bye.
See you.